Rain from above!
Show them.
Mal suyo!
Time to raise my Get through this. Routing power to forward shield. Then matrix activate. Get through this.
Rains from above!
Time to raise my APM.
Vamos esculachar!
I'm gonna shoot you down.
Vamos esculachar!
I'll show them. Time to raise my APM.
Fire in the hole!
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei!
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
assassin, which is smart.
Oh yeah. It's still weird. They're still saying they can't hear us, which is interesting.
At all, like even like quietly.
Yeah, they say if you're still wondering, there's still no audio.
Could that be something on Bear's end? 'Cause I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Okay. Oh wait, no, there you go. There you go. Never mind. Yep, thank you, Bear.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, chat. All right, so
Even chat,
sorry.
what up?
Yep. Twitch chat. Everybody's like, huge shattered, but doesn't find anyone that got blocked. The bomb coming out, not finding anyone, but it's giving them enough space. Justice coming out, finding one. At Cat finding Odin though. The D-Mech on the Diva.
Another really cheeky res from Lily there.
Yeah.
He gets res just to get shattered, but it is trades again. This is a lot of trades on this fight.
This is a lot of ults being used.
And here's another one.
Another one.
It is going to be clear up though, clean up. Although is it? Because the Junkrat is coming back.
Oh, it's a 2v2 now. Oh,
okay. The respawn dash managed to get the Junkrat out. Here's the D-Mac. Valk needs to reset at this point, I think. He still have control.
Yeah. They actually, Valk does not. It's Alfie Zulu that has the control.
Isn't that what I said? I don't know.
Oh, did you?
I will continue to get teams confused. That is my right.
Oh, same. Don't worry. You trust me. As the day goes on and the matches progress, I'm going to mess up names very hard. I think I mess up at least 2 names per cast I do.
Valk do have ulti to use, but they need to use them quickly to get some picks. They have to actually make sure they contest. The pin pins the map onto point, which is a guaranteed contest at least.
Yep, it's a guaranteed contest, and this is just cleanup though. Oh, and more
huge
coming up
mortality to let the res.
That's a huge immort.
Yeah, get on.
The turrets doing work. Turrets, MVP, BTL MVP are the turrets. That was a beautiful contest on an accidental pin from Sammy that allowed
I think Valk might have contested anyway, but it was still quite amusing. Just like, hey, you want a touch point? Here you go.
Absolutely. Already, as we see this junk.
I see early DPS ults. I think here wouldn't surprise me. They do have the BAB, so immortality could be huge here.
But on the side of Alfie Zulu, their DPS aren't contesting these turrets. As you see the Junkrat going up top, is he gonna tire it? Yes, he is.
Child on the point,
the tire, come on, get in there, perfect.
Oh, that flash was massive. 3 and a D-Mac.
That is it, as the tire just is gonna waste.
I don't think Valk are gonna touch here.
No.
And that will be cap, and that will be first map to EPs.
That was a huge one. Huge.
Here's Cat with the double boop.
Yep. Cat with the double boop. Already.
This is massive here. Cat's getting behind the bat.
Yep.
Booping him in.
There's one.
It gets behind the soldier. That's
Huge.
just massive Lucia plays though.
Huge. As first map going to Alfie Zulus.
Support that round from both teams was just ridiculous. See all the damage from Screw, and then you've got all the defensive assists from Lily. He was getting some really nice resurrections there. I don't know how she got away with some of them, but there was just some massive plays being made.
Oh, absolutely. That was a very, very interesting first map for chat. Sorry you guys couldn't hear us for a little bit. Pretty much it was back and forth. It's very crazy. Me and Sai were both just at all huge. Valkyries did a huge job of not only flipping back that point on the first on well, but taking it all the way to 99. And it was very well played by them. As our next map is King's Row, everyone's beloved map. That's
my favorite map for almost everyone in the game. I always play you on King's Row, Jay.
You're such a liar. You're such a liar.
Hey, if you weren't 30 minutes late all the time, maybe you'd be there on time for King's Row.
I'm not 30 minutes late, I'm 15.
How late were you for the scrim the other day, Jay?
So anyways...
Do you want to mention that? Did you show up at all in the end? No, I didn't think so.
I'm sorry. Alrighty, but hi chat, welcome to Bronze Tacos round 5 match from, again, it is Efi Zulus. I'm gonna mess up that name.
It really is crazy to me that we're at round 5 already. This season is. It's over halfway through now, I think, isn't it? I might be wrong.
Yeah, it's flown
just
by.
going by so fast. It feels like.
Absolutely, as we have Efi Zulus versus Valkyries. So far, Efi Zulus has shown a dominant map 1 victory. That, I mean, pairing ults together it's huge.
Especially when there's a lot of ults being used at a time in those fights that keep happening, where both teams have thrown a lot of resources. It just feels like EVs are coming out on top.
Absolutely. I am your main commentator, the one, the only, the best feeder in all of Bronze Tacos, J-Rod. Joined with me is the one, the only, the Junkrat King himself, Sidonia.
I haven't played Junkrat, what do you mean?
You're such a liar.
Azaya 2 try to get it right.
That's true. I'm a dive Reinhardt 1.
Yeah, well, that's not wrong. I don't know if I call it dive Reinhardt or feed Reinhardt, but you know, both work.
Yeah, both work. Both have the same. Pretty much the same thing. If you dive on Ryan, you feed on Rhino, so I don't know why my brain just decided to have a nice little like pause.
It's okay, it happens. Alright, for swaps it looks like we've got let's just work out what's new here. We've got double true on DPS. That's gonna be interesting from Valkyrie. You've got true Uwu and true blood Uwu. Oh, it's gonna get confusing.
It's true, yeah, true
Is it
Uwu,
I don't know.
and it's true blue dehu. That's how I pronounce it.
Okay, I just call them both true. So, the 2 trues. We've got Griffin coming in for support.
Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah.
You've got to imagine that both teams are going to run Rhine comps. It is King's Row. I'd be very surprised if we don't see Rhine.
As we see it on the side of Efi Zulu, Living Truth coming in. And Battle Ooze coming in for the tank lineup. So that means
I'm gonna say Ooze was a Junkrat last round, if I'm correct. Who did a lot of work.
Yep, and Crazy Mag was the Sig that had that 3. Alrighty though, and here we go, getting both ready for the team, and here we go.
Now enter
Second map, King's Row, the beloved King's Row.
So we're gonna have Valkyries attacking first.
Now this is interesting. Now, so Valkyries has seen what Guinevere. I'm trying to call him crazy name because I just like it. It's crazy because I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name.
I think it's Guinevere. I think you got it. You nailed it.
Yeah, is it Guinevere? All right.
Yeah, Guinevere.
Do you think he's gonna put the Widow?
I would not be surprised to see Farah, but Widow could be a thing too.
I
would not be surprised if Guinevere runs Farah until forced off all night because Guinevere is putting in the value. That, as I say that, here comes the Ashe, which Guinevere did switch to Ashe on Lighthouse last map, so could definitely play a mean Ashe.
Oh, absolutely, and with AtCat pocketing him or her or it will be difficult for Valkyries to kind of try and take that high ground, but also True Blue Dehu has done very well in matching the other team's best support or DPS, and True Uwu on the scary Mei has shown time and time
has
again.
a really strong Mei.
Yeah,
I'd not be surprised to see some really good wars.
Absolutely. As we see though, Living Truth though, with the Hanzo as well. As we see a Hanzo duel as he gets hit first, as Valkyrie is just gonna push right in the middle, trying to just see, going into hotel, going around.
Smart rotation there to avoid a lot of damage. Big anti on the Reinhardt though, but
anti, but the immort saves him. Sammy going down.
That's both tanks down for EPs.
Both tanks down for EPs and the main tank down for Res. As True they will finding Living Truth. And this is cleanup if you're Valkyries, who is just but Guinevere.
I'm not so sure. The teams are getting very split here, and the lack of
very but True.
Tanks for Valkyrie. But here comes the Reinhardt.
Here comes the Rhine, the charge, not finding anyone. Oh no, he found Griffin, but True Blue to who finding Sammy though. As the Rhine is taking a sleep. What I tell you about getting proper sleep?
Now
8 hours. But they're not capping point.
Like
now
2
they're
seconds.
capping point. Yeah. As True Blue to who finds Living Truth again as the Res has come out early.
Put in on this Hanzo already from True. Build up dragons a lot quicker than his counterpart.
Absolutely. As the dragon's coming out, it's gonna split the team in half. And
allows him to get a pick on
Sammy.
Reinhardt. And again,
Sammy finding Truth. This is insane from True Blue to who? Gosh, that I don't know why you say it so.
you like saying that, don't you?
I do, because it reminds me of Cindy Lou Who, so.
Maybe that's the point, I don't know. I don't know who that is. So.
As true as the Blue finding Guinevere, Res having to come out again though. As Window coming out and they're just as Dragon finding out that she shattered. But the Enmort saving him.
Bob gets pushed back by the wall though.
Bob just on his cell phone now. Now Bob doesn't know what to do. He's confused. He's like me. Do I charge in? He leaves. It's true with this May.
Which could be huge about Ryan. Ryan is
bad. Huge! Oh, this is just beautiful. That was a beautiful bomb that made you choose as Cat trying to get the res. She gets the res, but pays with her life. But this is just giving them ult charges. Down goes Battle Ooze. And Point and Valkyrie is just pushing this like.
It's a really nice May ult there, just to got I think caught 3 of the team, just pushed up quickly. Bomb was used to confirm it too. They still held 2 ults here, so with a Hanzo Dragon coming online again for Valve, they can be happy with the economy right now. Do you have Grab about to come out? Would you like to see Griff save the Lucio lead for this?
Oh, absolutely.
I imagine you will.
You have to, especially with the nano boost that might be coming out with that Grab. Oh, there it is. There's the nano boost, the charge. Oh, you don't. Oh, he's a huge. Oh, there's the beat. There's the beat to try and save him. And it does the shatter. A huge shatter coming out, and there is the follow up. And that is a Reaper Valkyries. That was.
Sammy's to the spawn. He's got
yes, Sammy. Yes, Sammy. I taught you well. I taught you well.
I like you say that as he dies.
It's not feeding.
I like the dragon here. They're down there Reinhardt. They want to buy some time to split them off.
Yep. Huge immort by Drew. This Honda though is getting so much value. Oh, as we see the Pharah coming out from Living Truth, but trying to get contested by Mouse. Who can? Who's doing a very big, huge dragon to cut him off again, but down Justice coming out, finding
the Pharah mix though.
Oh, and Guinevere finally taking that True Blue to
I think the Pharah swap was a very smart move. Truth built up Bolt in one fight. There's no counter at the moment other than Diva, who in this approach, the corridor's gonna be hard. But as I say that, True Blue does swap to the McCree, which is an interesting Pharah counter these days. I discovered that myself recently, and there's a huge trick again. I was just gonna say the McCree with the damage fall off now, it does not do as much to a Pharah as you'd like. The good thing is, because it's King's Row, the fire's not going to be super far away. It's like they might want to bear in mind.
They're just peppering the shield, the window coming out. They're ADSing this really well. Oh, a huge
what a
shatter. Oh, the charge coming in. Sammy taking another nap. It's nap time, Sammy. Oh, this is just a regroup. A grab dragon coming out. Do you think that's
a very late grab dragon?
With 2
I like
minutes
her
left.
aggression. I'm not sure they needed to use it at that point though.
No, because they already ran the team fight with that Rhine Shadow, which forced Valkyrie to kind of pull out.
Does mean they only have honor ult after using, I think, 3 ults and stuff, right?
Yep. Now, if you're true, do you go for?
It's a pretty big D-Mac though.
That is a huge D-Mac on Emmy Mouse. As Valkyrie seems to have a little stunt though. Oh, huge!
They do manage to step out of it,
misses the
unfortunately,
wall.
Wall not able to keep them in.
But it pushes them away. As True finding Emmy Mouse. The Shadow not finding anyone. The pin. True finding 3 as Sammy getting the pin on Wham. Sammy getting it on Grip as well.
The Farah just playing up on this little top here, just poking around to get some shots, then dropping and backing up for safety. Playing really well to not even need a lot of heals.
As we see True Iwiu going with the Ash to help contest this fire, which is relatively a really good pick, and it also can bring that pressure on that Hanzo.
The only issue this melee it's going to be really hard for any DPS without tanks. Oh,
huge!
The Vine Shield went down right at the last second. A huge bomb.
Oh, but the dragon not finding anyone, but the res coming out from the back line.
Is kind of stuck in no man's land here.
Oh, Wham needs to hold back. Shatter! Oh, 5-man Shatter finding 2. Oh, that is unfortunate.
That was such a massive play with the Shadow there.
That was very.
I believe they were all antied as well, if I'm correct from Lily. I might have misseen that.
Huge anti. Huge anti. These antis from Lily are really good into making it difficult for Valkyrie.
Hanzo getting a little bit cocky here, going really aggressive. Might be careful, get stuck behind them.
Oh,
there's the grab.
No.
And the too, that's massive.
Yep. They will have one final team
Mercy
fight.
has been found too. They're going to struggle to contest it. They're going to need some swap potentially to even touch point.
Yep.
They need to be careful. Ryan is going to try and just sneak onto. I think he will touch.
Yep.
Oh, he gets
but he falls asleep.
But he is contesting, so they do get the contest.
They do get the contest. Oh, it's true. The blue finds Guinevere. And Ryan, though, just swinging away on Emmy. The huge shatter, but the high noon. And again, it finds 2. It finds 2. Living Truth going with this Doomfist that's been so deadly recently. But he goes down into the blue. Sammy, all alone in no man's land, kind of. A miss shatter from Wham, but that's okay. I taught you well. Way to shatter. Every mistake Ryan does, it's I taught him well.
You are the king of mistakes on Rhino.
I am very. Jay Shield, the charge?
Nice play of McCree there to get those picks though.
Absolutely, and they do everything. But then the dragon coming up with the bomb coming in. Oh, but we're finding anyone though. The charge coming in. Oh, here comes Grab though. Grab finding a support and a DPS. Emmy D-Mac though. Yep, S2 finding the blue.
Left Mercy and Baby Diva can stay alive here.
Yep.
Brick tries to get the res, but gets interrupted. Diva is not dying. They are not able to focus down these targets.
Neither is this Mercy. They have to focus
did a really
now.
good job
Mercy
keeping Diva alive there, but they do get the contest because of it.
Yep. Oh, let's go. Oh, huge stun, but no follow-up.
A really good job to contest it.
Wham! Stop falling asleep, please.
The anti again. There's so many antis on this Ryan. Lily doing a really good job at hitting these.
Getting Lily out though. As the Doomfist is just wreaking havoc right now, but Guinevere finding the huge shatter, the pin coming in though.
Will be again the contest.
It's with the contest. Huge pin by Sammy though, and there's the D-Mac, and there.
Reckonable couldn't quite get in, and that will be cap. Well, not cap, but end of the round. That was still a really impressive contest there. They couldn't win the fight, but Just to manage to keep it going that long, the Mercy and the Baby Diva managing to contest for about 20 seconds there.
Initiating.
Absolutely. Also, Rotarps is in the chat. Ew, why is Tarps in here? I'm kidding. I love you. I love Tarps.
An excuse to be toxic, RJ.
No, I just. I mean, that's him. That's him in I's relationship. It's great. Nah, he's a good person. He's a really good captain. I like what he's doing with Red Box.
For sure.
Shout out.
Ready.
It's always nice to see other teams support in the league by watching the games as well.
Oh,
Maybe just
absolutely.
scouting the opposition, you never know, but it's still nice to see it.
True. As you see Guinevere coming out with this Widow, and I mean, I faced him. He's alright. He's alright in terms of I lost that Widow 1v1, and I was still a little mad. I love Tarps J. I feel beloved. I know you do. That's all I give out today is love. As we see this Widow coming out on the side of, as we see Ryan Zarya and Ana Mercy, which is
Rhino Rissa
interesting.
here. That's an interesting combo. I don't
Very
hate it.
interesting. As the Mercy, as Wham getting hit very hard when he dropped.
the Widow.
Yep. Yep. Good shield though. I like this Orisa because it gives him a shield that protects him from down below. So this Widow has to be careful. Oh, as he Wham falls asleep, can they get him in time though?
As well,
Another
they managed
anti.
to keep him alive. It looks like.
True. Oh, but
the
a
counter
good
pin
counter
really
pin.
well.
Oh, but Lily finding Wham, but the res coming out to save him. That's Griff getting that res off really good, but Eminence finding the truth, but Wham finding truth. Ooh, finding Sammy, but Guinevere finding ooh. Oh, but the Pharah finding two. Oh, all left is the tanks. And down goes Bros and the mischarge. But Griffin! You can't piss the
Saw
whip
an
up.
opportunity to kill.
Flag. I gotta give her a red card. Where are my red cards? That you can't. A support can't kill a tank. That's True to blue is.
Question everything you thought you knew, right, Sharon?
Yep, everything. Oh my god, this Pharah though is giving them issues now as we see the swap to the Ashe from Guinevere, but is this gonna be able to stop this Pharah because you have True Uwu with the soldier that can also pressure her as well as the junk pretty well. As a dynamite
Pharah was doing really good with their positioning too, making sure they didn't poke out the side of the building, so the Widow had to rotate to get an angle.
Absolutely.
You can see them still doing it, they're still playing really well their position here, but they do push through and get the soldier.
Oh, huge! Oh, huge 4K with the shatter. Oh,
That combo was so filthy.
oh my gosh. Well, chat,
There are some
today's
positives from Mephis from that fight though. If you look, they used both support ults, they used Shatter, they used Barrage. Maybe a bit of an overinvestment, but what a combo that was with the Shatter into the
a
Barrage
huge
there.
combo. But nonetheless, it won them the team fight to where.
Oh, and there's a good early pick.
People finding the pick, but can they get the rest? They can't. Good shooting from
I'd like to
Sammy.
see if he's rotates to the high ground here so they can set their Ashe up top. I don't know if they're going to, but...
Absolutely, but we can see the tire coming out from Living Truth as he's taking up this high ground. But Wham finding a huge block! A huge block, but an anti coming with the charge coming in. Both DPS ults being used.
The tire went down from power there, but it won't be enough.
Oh, Griffith's sleeping
Booped
down.
and slept and dead.
Oh.
That looks painful.
But as we talked about overinvestments. Easily just kind of did the exact same thing. If you
100% on that. I'd say the trade-off when you're on attack and you capture a point from it is you basically get a reset. You know, on the whole match you get to play a new point. You actually have something to gain there. When it's in a hold, it's still good to use, but I think it's a bit more dangerous to overinvest sometimes when you're defending. Because they just have so many resources they can push into you with for free.
And that was a good opening pick by True Ewu. God, I like saying his name because I just like going Ewu.
Is it True Uwu or True Woo though?
Oh, True. True, I'm gonna need confirmation on this. As true, living truth, as an opening pick again with no rest this time to help. As this double shield is a huge barrage finding the support, finding Brevin here though too though. Can a huge shatter. Oh, perfect. And I think if you don't commit Uma ult, I am gonna say Valkyrie's double shield, they're playing it so well. They're letting the line be aggressive, and when he has to pull out, this Orisa is giving them issues, and they're making it so well. It's very nice.
I've noticed they're using the Orisa shield too to just allow the Ana to have good line of sight without having to worry about being picked off.
Absolutely.
So I think the Ana to play a bit more of an aggressive positioning, which is good. Oh, that anti is massive though. Can they push onto it though?
Through the blue, finding Guinevere again. As Sammy being aggressive. Oh, the nano coming out. The shatter not finding anyone. Sadly, Sammy, stop going to bed. It's true, finding Lily Wham, finding Battle Ooze, true, finding
now.
Interesting, but
it's not a bad idea. They don't technically have a counter to Farah.
It's Griffin!
All the shields could cause issues here.
Griffin, stop battling people! Can I give her a warning or something? Oh my god, I just see
gave her a red card. What's worse than that?
I don't know. Can we suspend her? I don't know.
It's like ban her from the league.
Yeah. that was pretty funny as I see from the corner of my eye. Oh, as the tire coming out.
Back up here, but the tire doesn't get anything, sadly. But
not really. As
yep, maybe she play this set them back up. It's good. Junk is a bit isolated, but they don't seem to be capitalized on that.
Yep. Oh, a huge justice doesn't find really no one. Oh, but the grab not finding anyone though, not finding value right there. As the nano coming out though, a huge shatter way to shut that down. A huge griff with the risk, but the risk res pays off. Down goes Ana though, down goes Mouse. Oh, and Truth finding Wham, and but the Junk and the Farah are still kind of just chilling on point. As Griffin's gonna fall. Tactical reset. Oh, as Lily though falls into the mayhem, but the res going out. As Battle Ooze finally true to blue.
You do wonder, are Valkyrie going to switch to have a counter for Farah now? Because the plan the EPs have had of switched to a Farah where they don't have any counter seems to be paying off pretty well. As we see here, another huge play there.
Huge. But
I
also
potentially want to see True switch after Junk ult, because this combo of the Ashe to focus down their Farah and their Farah to just farm their Junkrat.
Oh, absolutely.
They're gonna really struggle to win this CPS battle.
Absolutely.
You do have both support ults online for Valk.
You do, but the shatter
and only a minute on the clock.
Absolutely. As Wham trying to find targets. Good. Oh, I suppose some people on fire. Ooh, finding Lily, but again the red's coming out. But the tire, no, not finding anything as it gets shut down, sadly. But that was a great shutdown by Living Truth, though. As this Orisa, though, is doing so much work. If the Shatter's gonna come out soon, maybe. But the block by Wham! He read it amazingly. Oh, beautiful.
Getting very close to his own shadow too.
Oh, as Bob is getting trapped in the room.
It's going to cause an issue for the Junkrat though. He's now going to be stuck.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Let's go down.
And he booped Bob to give him a little bit of more space. Oh, huge 2-1 as Sammy's the only one left, but he gets slept. The mischarge by Wham though. But down goes the Truth is still. Oh, but the
res again, and that will be it. I don't think they have the contest.
Oh, and Valkyrie's holding on by a hair, taking map 2, taking King's Row. What a beautiful hold by them. Griffin, stop battle mercying. As play of the game goes to Sammy. That's fine. Hey man,
I do things better than you, Jay.
Yep, look at that. See? Oh my god, look at that. See? Only swing. Only swing. That's all you need to do is only swing. You don't need shields. It's an amazing second round. That is beyond...
I've got a feeling we might see a lot of fire for the rest of the night.
Oh, absolutely.
It seems both teams are playing at their best when they're playing these power comps at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's probably... So as we see, both of these teams are really strong with the Pharah. But it's honestly, it's the support lineups that are just allowing them to do it. Both of these support lineups are extremely strong, and if you can give your support some breathing room and not have them have gray hairs like how I do, sorry supports, they do incredible things like this, like keeping your team up. You know, Lily getting these huge anti-nades, Cat getting these amazing reses. On the other side, you have Drew, who is just getting these inwards like crazy, who's protecting her team, who is, you know, healing up. And then you have Griffin, who's just like, you know what, I'm gonna go DPS a little bit, I'm gonna come back, get a good res, and, you know, let's do it all over again.
I think the most important thing is the supports are just doing a really good job at staying alive. I think the tanks are definitely helping with that too. I said the Orisa shield just helping set up the Ana, just so that she's got good line of sight without having to worry about dying all the time. Are you okay?
I look at Twitch chat for 1 second. The first thing that pops up is Helen. Griff knows how to handle overly aggressive main tanks.
I wonder why. It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. It's a mystery. Do your research. Oh my gosh, as we get into the third map, we might have a bio break, we might not, we'll see. But aside, as a DPS and tank, pretty much your whole flex, what do you think, I guess, is their strong point from both tank lineups? I'll probably go tank, DPS, and support. Like, what are they doing well, and what do you think they kind of need to work on?
I'm bad at being put on the spot. I'm liking the aggression from both tank lineups. You see it a lot with the Reinhardt play. They're not afraid to actually swing and push into the enemy team. You know, you have to make sure you're ready to shield as well. That is actually costing them a little bit with the anti-grenades. But it is paying dividends too. You're seeing these massive shatters. Like, you're seeing really good tank play in general, I think, especially... I do particularly like the main tank play we've seen tonight so far. I think Wham v Sammy is a pretty exciting matchup, actually. They both play a pretty aggressive style. So we'll see how that comes off. I would like to see a bit better ult usage, potentially. Not from the main tanks, but I think a lot of the off-tank ults I have seen are used when they're not necessarily needed. I don't think it's like, you know, it's like every ult or anything like that. Just a few times. I also noticed a couple of grabs, I can't remember which team it was from, where they would grab some of the players, but they'd be too far back for anyone to actually capitalize on it. They'd just grab three at the back rather than grabbing them further forward where they can actually push up onto them. They're making sure they're able to get value out of their ults there. Just something I'd like to see a bit better, but as I said, it's been really strong tank play across the board, I think.
Absolutely. And, I mean, coming from a Ryan one trick, yeah, both of these Reinhardt stuff. I do. I play Zarya. I can pretty much play everything. I'm just on main tank.
You play them like Ryan, but you still play them.
You know? It's interesting. It's very interesting. Just these supports allowing both of these Ryans to go extremely aggressive. And it's just, it's
players doing a really good job at facilitating this play, and also just making plays on their own. Like Lily especially has been hitting some ridiculous antis. I think I watched that was like about 10 times on King's Row, if not more, just on their on their defense. I think it was. I saw that Wham was like antied again and again, just hitting them consistently well onto the Ryan, which even if they weren't able to capitalize it on every time, it still makes him have to just play a bit more cautious and wait to not be antied, wait for resource to heal him up. you know, it definitely puts a stop on aggressive Rhine play when you can hit those abilities.
Oh, absolutely. And the sleep darts from both Annas, Drew and Lily, have just been so precise that, I mean, as an aggressive Rhine myself, as a feeding Rhine, it's when you face an Anna that can hit her sleep darts as good as these two have, it makes you question, if not makes you want to focus them first, rather than the other Rhine, which honestly, these supports are kind of playing this, who can we kind of like tilt to make a bad decision first game.
So if you were playing, we know what the answer would be.
Oh, absolutely. I'm solo shadowing every support I
Someone
see.
kill this Ana.
Yep.
Oh, and we go into map 3?
Yep, as we get into map 3.
Route 66.
Route 66. Now, I
am curious if, oh, sorry, carry on.
Oh, I was going to say, I would just like to point out, I believe my first or second season, we had Evan and Rotarps cast this, I think, exact same map pool, and they mistook my name for Jared instead of J-Rod.
I remember that, actually.
it was the best, and shout out to them.
Funny.
Alrighty, Sai, but you were gonna say?
I was gonna say, I wonder if we'll see something unconventional from Valk's tank lineup again, because you don't see Rhinocerista a lot on King's Row. I did actually really like it. I was a bit skeptical at first. I was curious how they'd make it work, but they did it really well, I think.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I'm just curious if we'll see anything weird again. I'm quite sad we don't see a Winston at the moment, but that might change.
True. As we'd like to thank today's sponsor of the stream, Big Earl's 24-hour service gas station. It's Big Earl's for all your gas needs. Yep, if we ever get sponsored, yep. As you see double shield coming out from the side of Valkyries, and on the side of Zulus, going back to the Rhine Sig with the Echo. Ooh, as we see Ghost though coming on the Tracer to just harass by the backline, if not harass his tanks a little bit, as a good anti-down goes Sammy. Oh, Living Truth finding Ghost though, but the res coming out on Sammy. These are huge res, but he's falling asleep again. Someone getting him life alert. Yep. As a turret coming down, just gonna poke up this Rhyme a little bit as he's getting pocketed by that cat, which is good. As Truth finding Emmy Mouse. As now it's just kind of a retreat from Valkyrie, it's kind of just hopefully not to get picked. As this Echo is just staying on this high ground kind of.
Echo's quite low, might need to get some resource here. But Mercy just fly to a 4
Oh, as we see Ghost harassing this Honda a little bit. Good patient as where is there's Emmy Mousy coming back. I forgot Arista can be a little slow sometimes. As a dragon coming out with Griff finding the res on Drew. Sammy finding True though. Oh, Sammy though on low. And it's Griffin gonna pew pew again. Yep. Sammy finding Emmy, Ghost going down to Truth. And now you just run for both supports.
She's to back up here.
Oh no.
I do wonder if the Ana's gonna get caught out here. I hope the Ana can escape. Yeah.
Oh, a huge stagger.
Unfortunately, the rest there backing out really close to the end of the point.
As you see True going to the Rhine. Which we see. Yep.
Back to Rhinocerista.
Yep. It worked first time though. And I worked the second as. Oh, huge flux. Finding True Uru though. Oh, but the Molten Core coming out, Immort coming out to try and help, but they're just gonna burn it. As Sammy doesn't know where to go, he's in the goop. A huge shatter, but down he goes, there's no follow-up. Oh, as the Echo's in the backline though.
Bit of a late copy here though.
Very, with no value.
Out too.
Yeah, with no necessary value on that, as he's now just gonna...
That's supposed to get out and not get staggered at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe not.
not the
best
wisest, or maybe the wrong
I think
person.
as he set up and went to do it, I think a couple people died on the side of EPs.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I will say I really liked that. I really liked that Valk used the tour bolt to allow Griff to get the res.
Absolutely. As this turret is just gonna start doing some work on this Hanzo, just gonna pepper him a little bit, but Hanzo.
Cease your resistance.
Alrighty. As the window coming out, the pin coming out from True, down goes Sammy. Oh, huge shatter! But can there be a follow-up? And there is with the huge 1-2 combo with the visor. And can they get stackers here? If you're True Ewu, you have to charge right now to their spawn. Come on.
Did you see the Diva swap here from the Orisa? Probably not a bad idea, especially with the Echo who is poking the back line.
Absolutely.
I think Truth is just waiting down there, ready to use his dragons when the fight starts.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think they know he's here, and here it comes.
Oh, there it is. Oh, doesn't really
Quite nice
find it's a good split though, which gives him a little bit of room.
Helden sterben nicht.
Mercy ult used early here.
Oh, absolutely. As
Definitely the best way to use the ult, in my opinion.
Oh, is Amor coming out a little early? Oh, a huge.
Oh, the flux! That was such a big flux.
Flux finding one though, but True. Oh, getting charged by Sammy though. Griff popping Valkyries there to try to save everyone, and it almost worked.
Diva is very close to getting remacked here, so we'll be able to contest if she can not die.
Oh, absolutely. S3 on cart now. Every
And that's a huge pick on number 3.
Huge.
He was pushing up a little bit far.
But that's okay. As Ghost finding Atcat, but Sammy finding Ghost.
Oh, the pin too.
But True.
Immortality comes out.
Yep. Oh, so does everyone's favorite. Oh, True finding a charge. A shatter coming out.
Will be clear up. Emmy on the Diva there did a really good job to make sure she hid and managed to get her remake and contested the perfect second.
Oh, absolutely. And also True Uwu soul shattering. Living truth.
You saw that soon enough.
Yes. I was right above it and all I heard was hammer it down. I went, huh? As someone who will do that 9 out of 10 times. What?
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, as we have just less than a minute left, a huge shatter finding everyone. Oh, but the dragon's splitting them. Not finding anyone, but giving them enough space. But True finding Lily. Ghost finding True. The DMAC coming out though. The visor coming out, but getting shut down though. But finding one, which is more than enough. Next is the McCree, but down goes the McCree. As we see True. As we see True.
As I say that. As I say that.
Yes! Yes!
Well, that answers that question.
Oh my god, these are my graduates right here. This is my graduating class of 2021.
There's definitely a really good stagger there. They won't have the Sigma for this fight now.
Absolutely. And on the...
The trades are ready to contest.
Yep. And all economy kind of going in the favor of Elfie Zulus. There's a shatter gonna come out soon, maybe? Nope, another molten core. Oh, but the flux not really finding anyone this time. True Reinhardt's going at it. Oh, but True winning the battle, getting the shatter.
Big shatter.
Oh, but Atcat's able to nope, and getting the res on the Sammy. Oh, as Ghost is still holding on though. Griff is doing an excellent job at pocketing. Oh, here comes Emmy Mouse just to stall
They're
this.
really trying to get that Mercy out if they can. She's still alive.
Yep. Oh,
There you go.
and getting charged though. Uh-oh. High Tide coming out, finding 2 though, but the turret is gonna pick off one,
Contest
please.
again. Ready to pin.
True. Good pin.
Let's
That's
go
a
down
huge...
though. This
Yep,
will be
but
capped.
That is true, yep. But True on these pins is getting good ult charge though. I believe he's 3 shatters to Sammy's 2?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll
I'll take your word for it.
I want to say that, chat. If you can, help me out. If not, that's fine. Huge. As you see the Tracers coming up, trying to contest this turret, maybe?
I'm curious if Livin's gonna stay on the Tracer. Might struggle against the Torb.
Absolutely. As you see Kill coming out with the huge shatter though. But no,
But the counter shatter denied any
counter
follow-up.
shatter, and down goes both main tanks. Oh, but the res coming out that she gets both Ryans getting rezzed. True, charging a rock. I like it. I'm proud of it. As Ghost finding Guinevere again.
They want to go. They're challenging Ghosts and they just get him destroyed.
At this point, you can't challenge him. You have to stick with your team. As a soldier just puts out too many bullets against a McCree. It's a hard 1v1 for the McCree. As we see all advantage going. Oh, huge! Oh, but the McCree going behind. They have to catch the McCree. Oh no, he's looking, he's scanning, he's finding one. But the Molten Core on point though, finding two. A huge shatter. Oh, but the mischarge and True pinning Sammy. Down it goes.
Just the Mercy left.
Yep, and oh, a great recovery from Valkyries to hold them to only 2.
Valkyrie doing a really good job at when they're losing the fight, they manage to recontest it and then somehow win that fight, and I'm just like, I don't know how that happened, but you know, good job.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
He's got a lot of reses too, which is actually helping with this a lot, I think.
Yeah, we're seeing 2 amazing mercies go at it in Griffin versus AtCat.
It's something I'd like to see both teams try and focus on a bit more though, is trying to stop these reses because they're just getting ridiculous value from them.
Oh, absolutely. And like we saw, both Reinhardts were able to get rest at the same time almost. As we see on the side of Valkyries, we're seeing the pharmacy come out again. But this time, Drew is on the Moira.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's taken this long to see a pharmacy on this map. It's a pretty good power map. It is very open. It's a good hit scans can punish Farah, but if you just play your angles very carefully, especially on point B, you get some pretty good value.
Absolutely. As also welcome new people to Twitch chat. Currently the series is tied 1-1. Also, the only true alpha is me. As I see Bear post something about an alpha, and I went, hold on, I'm not in here. No, I'm kidding. I'm slowly retiring. You know. As Living Truth finding the blue. But we see Valkyrie's not pushing cart yet, but taking up high ground, which was really smart by them to prevent that from the Hanzo. As Sai has apparently died.
Oh no.
Oh no, okay, there he is. He's just silent. Ooh, as the Fodder doing into more work though. As True finding a rock to the face.
I was just poking around the side of this pillar and just getting really good picks.
Absolutely. As AtCat again getting off res, but everyone's finding Sammy, and they're pushing in with the coalescence. Absolutely.
Korean's alone on the left. I wonder if he's gonna be able to get out here.
Oh, and he is. Oh,
does
no,
get the
he's
stun,
not.
but yeah, we'll just get collapsed on there. And there's a barrage, but gets rocked out of the sky.
Gets rocked. Oh my god. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But it was just 1 bird and 1 stone. A huge shatter. Can they follow up on this? Oh, a huge stun too. A huge pin.
The pin though.
Oh, but the counter pin.
And another pin.
Let's go. It's pin central. High tide coming out.
Just behind point to zone him back a bit.
True, getting antidote, but another
Good block,
shatter.
but does hit the McCree, but another pin, and the
Another
bomb coming out.
huge.
Sigma, but the 2 picks from from EP's here.
Oh,
Lands up on the McCree though.
that
I
was
think was going for a
huge.
flank ult there.
Yep. As
Still
Emmy
trades, honestly, but I want to
taking
see.
the
Yeah, I was
map.
gonna say, I think Valk might want to just regroup here.
Absolutely. As Emmy, fresh from her nap, is just gonna, you know, go and get some coffee as they regroup. Also, I would like to thank our second sponsor, Panorama Diner.
Sorry, what?
I don't know, it's the
Panorama
diner.
Diner. Okay,
yeah,
you struggled with that
Diner.
one.
I did. With
A new
all
sponsor, you're not used to pronounce it yet.
your, with all your dining needs. If Twitch chat is not sick of me already, I hope that might do it.
Oh!
Oh,
Pyro is trying to get the drop there on the Hanzo, but just destroys him with the.
but no, finding. Oh, the hiding coming out though. Can they find anyone though? As both charges finding out Emmy. That was crazy. Emmy finding 2 there. The code used. Did you need the code?
I don't hate the call. It's a super fast charging ult. When she used it, I think there was still a few left. It's honestly not too bad to just put up the fight quicker, make sure they can't get any respawns in. I was watching very carefully to see if they pop Mercy ult too, because that is something I've noticed quite a lot, is that both teams seem to be using support ults at the same time a lot. So I'm glad that they actually saved it there. Talking of support ults, they do have both online too.
High noon.
Oh, the lift into the noon though.
Oh, the assist.
Nano has been used, and there's only one support left alive right now.
Absolutely. A huge block from True. Goes finding Mac. As the Ash trying to contest the. Pause.
Oh, that's
As we
pause,
do need
yeah.
a pause. As we thank you. As Griffin
Did
DC.
DC there.
Yep.
And honestly, couldn't be a much worse time for Valk for her to DC. They haven't managed to push up aggressively on the
Oh, absolutely.
EP's players that are still alive. You've done a really good job of using natural cover to stay safe, and the respawns are coming through for them.
As we try to get her back.
And
Griffin.
that was quick.
Yep. Fix your internet. As now we just gotta wait for.
Unfortunately, I think I'm not sure she did actually use Mercy ult in the end. I'm not sure on that one. If she didn't, then that is unfortunately the Mercy ult lost for her.
Oh, true. And on top of that, the Pharah is a sneeze away from dying.
Yeah, the Pharah is extremely low health. Well, there is heading for the big health pack, it looks like, so shouldn't be at risk of immediately dying at least.
True. Which is very interesting. I mean, it.
You can also see a junk swap here, I've noticed from Truth.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's a swap.
Yes, because he was on the McCree before.
An interesting swap, actually, considering they are running the Pharah on the side of Valk. Maybe just wants to put more pressure onto the tank line.
Yep. Alrighty, as we get ready from both teams, and we're gonna jump right back into it. Oh, that's unfortunate though that the DC had happened because she did have the Mercy ult. But that is okay though, as it gives both teams time to kind of reset. Oh, as the Pharah, a beautiful play from the Pharah to help bring back the Mercy.
I think that's a smart play though in general, just to regroup rather than push in while they're down one. They've only got a minute 50. They gotta make sure they're getting full
as they are
in here.
going around. A huge
the shatter is huge.
But 3 ults used there. As Ash is the only one left, but she gets flashbang. Can you get out in time? Oh, that's a big stagger.
I don't think it looks like Efi is choosing not to try and contest this. I don't know if they'd manage to anyway, but
No.
it looks like they're just gonna let the point be capped and set up for the second
Oh
point.
my gosh.
Set up with a Bastion for the second point.
Oh,
Point.
Bastion, ew.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting to see how they adapt to their comp here. Actually, They don't have a traditional Bastion setup.
No, they don't. But the Bastion just on the
At the
moving
moment, it's on
platform.
the moving platform.
Yep. Oh, getting damage boosted as well though. But the junk taking him down. The
So you
red's
do
coming
the
out
jump
though.
swap here instantly for that Bastion, which is a smart swap, I think.
Yep. Oh, but you erased the res as
Bastion
two.
Torb now.
Oh my gosh. A huge pin from True Woo. Way to cover him.
Oh, use
As
here
the
too, who else is getting aggressive.
Anyone?
Bomb does come out though, will they be able to hide from it?
Oh,
Unfortunately,
finding
Mercy
two.
and McCree caught off by that.
As this is just a free set. Yep. Oh, unfortunate. Ew, as you see a Bastion coming out. Ew, but why?
It's a really nice
Ew.
bomb there to catch out those two players. I did actually think they were going to be, it was going to be blocked by the shield, but I think maybe they were a bit confused on where the shield was or something, so they didn't manage to get behind it.
Absolutely. Now,
Bastion already almost got ult as well as Torp here actually.
yeah. A huge
Shadow onto the
shadow.
Rhine though.
Where's the Bastion going? Oh, the Bastion is trying to
That
come
anti-grenade.
around.
Die sterben nicht.
Oh, Bastion coming around. Oh, getting him in the
Yep,
back
Black
line though.
Bastion.
Yep, but
Didn't see that
only
often.
getting the DMAC though, so not really a whole lot of value as true. Oh, when the down goes Emmy though. And this is just kind of now. If you're on the side of Valkyries, do you maybe go a hog?
I think honestly, because then they're so close to Diva Bomb, it makes sense for them to stay. I think Diva is actually a really good Bastion counter anyway. It's just making sure you can save that defense matrix, and when you're using it, that the team pushes in. The issue of that they might be having is the style the Bastion is playing, with this flank style.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but the
It means it's
junk
hard for Diva to
realizing
be there as well as for support the front line.
yeah, that is true. So it's kind of like pick your poison at that point. As three ults online for Valkyries, as the bomb
Diva
coming
Bomb
out.
coming out.
Oh, finding no
Immortality
one.
was
The
huge
tire,
there.
huge immort. Sammy's
I does
anti.
go down though.
Oh, the dragon on the side, splitting the teams in half though.
Diva gets slapped here and can be debacked.
Uh-oh, as one call
Coming
comes
out all
out
over the
though.
point.
Oh
Ryan's got
no.
and Bastion's still there set up as well.
Oh, it's finding three with the Rift, just still trying to. The Shatter missed the Brap. Oh, but the Brap falling down
Diva
though.
Bomb can come out here though.
Even Brown.
Oh, it's gonna get the Bastion.
Oh, huge from True the Blue to help Emmy get that. Finding another one, Emmy. Oh, can they get the res in
does
time?
res
No,
the
they
Bastion.
can't. Oh, but that's fine. She's
Shatter
gonna
too.
get Shatter. They're not gonna. Oh, he falls asleep. He gets waking up. Uh-oh.
The Nano coming out, Bastion ult here. Need to be careful not to get picked off by this.
Absolutely though.
Did a really good job to stay behind shield and use D-Matrix for 90 value.
Absolutely. Oh, the Doomfist coming in to help. But is it gonna help against the Bastion? Turret goes down. Oh, but the Torb alone, but True
Okay, Doom might be
taking out.
tricky against the Torb Bastion here,
It
but I
is
think it's just a
very-
good test.
Absolutely. Oh, window coming out.
Really good
A
application,
huge
and they
window.
get value from it.
A huge
Really
block.
good block.
Two missed. Shattered, but that's okay.
That's doing a really good job to keep him alive here, so is
That's
Anna.
another
And that's a
huge
massive
shatter.
shatter.
Another
The
massive
Bastion's
shatter.
still just set up on point, needs to be focused down here quicker.
It has to,
Does
and
go down.
finally it does. But Cat getting pulled, the bomb coming out. Unbelievable.
Arc going
Can
the side of
they keep
Valkyrie,
pushing?
though.
Yep. Oh, down goes both supports.
Oh, on point though, just cutting off the team.
That's fine. Oh, the stall though. The stall from the Diva. Oh,
Reach
she's
from
just.
both sides are coming through. You be
Yep.
careful not to get a point for even a second here on either side.
Absolutely. As a Tracer coming on the side, they got rid of the Bastion though. The tire
comes
coming
out,
up.
and it's big.
Huge.
It's a
Huge.
massive tire, and this will be clear up for Valkyrie. What a fight when that was there. I that was so ridiculous.
Massive. Absolutely massive from the side of Valkyries. Wow.
That was such a long fight too, and just to manage to keep getting picks even when they kept losing their own, and people that were alive are doing a really good job to stay alive. And here's that tire at the end. A really
Beautiful.
nice jump play just to build up tires so quickly too.
That was amazing.
Epic.
Sai, what went wrong for Elfie Zulu there?
I'm not sure if it was just a matter of focus. It felt like they couldn't quite get the last people down. They had the numbers advantage a few times, and they were just really struggling to get the picks. When that Torbolt came out and got 3, I thought that was going to be it, like right at the start of the fight, but Valks managed to get their contests back. They managed to keep the ones that were there alive. As I said, they were just the people that were alive were doing a really good job at staying alive. The supports were doing an amazing job too. I think EPs might have just needed to pressure out the supports a bit more as long as they're still alive. They're just fighting a really rough battle though, I think.
That was... The Bastion pick was good. As much as I don't like Bastions, because I hate facing them, it was a good pick that made that stalled him for a little bit. But once they realized, hey, he doesn't have a shield with him, it was free pickings. And I think honestly, maybe the junk would have been a lot better if not something like a May might have helped.
Yeah, I think an issue they might have had was they didn't really have a comp specifically designed around Bastion, and if you want to get a lot of value out of Bastion, I think you have to play the comp around him.
Absolutely.
It's not that the Bastion didn't get value, it's just, as you said, I think something else might have been a better choice there.
I just think with Sammy being a very aggressive tank, which I absolutely love, with the Bastion, you have to play very passive. I think with him kind of being out of position a couple times, it left that Bastion.
I think as well, Valk just did really good counter plays, as you saw when the Bastion ult came out. Ryan was shielding very well, and D.Va, when Ryan didn't have shield, was making sure to eat all the Bastion shots and just denying any value. There's some really good tank play, I think, there from Valkyries in that fight.
Oh, absolutely.
And they put a lot of resources into it as well. Valk, I think there was a time when Bastion went down, then he got res, then he got shattered, then he got pushed back, and then he got just melted by like Junkrat, and it was just like, yeah, they just don't want this Bastion to live, and that's kind of the attitude you have to play against a Junkrat, a Bastion even. So you have to play sort of unafraid. You have to put restores into him, and you have to pick him up, because once he's gone, you know, the team comp just sort of collapses around him.
Absolutely. Also, though, I think one mistake that I saw from Efi Zulu's side was on the second point, when Valkyries were still running that pharmacy, they didn't really help out their Ashe. Kind of like, oh, you know, we trust you battling like, you know, we trust you battling this pharmacy, you know, with you. I put the term naked, you know, because you don't have that pocket. But I believe if they would have pocketed the Ashe, I think that pharmacy would have been a lot harder to run.
I can definitely agree with that. I think a pocketed Pharah is effectively it's a 2v1 at that point, isn't it? If the Ashe has to fight it alone, I think potentially just. I think I said at the time it was a weird choice in my opinion to switch from I think they had McCree and swap to Junkrat.
Yeah.
I get the logic of putting more damage into their tank line, but I think they needed it just to keep the Pharah in check a bit more.
Absolutely. As we have a quick bio break, which is perfect timing because Sai, we can briefly discuss maybe MVPs.
A little early, but we can talk about who's in contention for sure. I mean,
yes, a big contentions. I mean, it's hard. It's honestly.
The thing is, there's been such ridiculous plays across the board. It's really hard, I think, at this point to actually say, you know, this player's been better than this player. But
yeah, because they both it's been like two juggernauts going at it.
These are two really good teams, and they're putting in a great performance.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, this is like the halfway mark, and these two teams are putting in such a performance that I mean, when All-Star voting comes around, I mean, it's going to be difficult to pick from these two teams.
Yeah, it really is. I think there's just really good players across the board. As I said, I think support play this match particularly has been just ridiculous on a whole different level. I really like what I've been seeing from all the supports. Lily especially, I've really liked her antis. As I said, I think she's focusing them really well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Arnas will just use it to keep their team alive, which, you know, is still a good usage, but that she can consistently hit them on the enemy Ryan to just effectively immobilize him for a second or potentially even help the team get a pick on him. It's just getting a lot of value from it.
Absolutely. And I mean, but on the counter argument with there, it's Drew, or, you know, Screw Dog. He, you know, when she got to play that Ana too, it was very, very good, because not only did she keep her team, so she used the antis kind of as both a 2-for-1. It's she would anti someone but also heal. So like if that enemy Ryan, you know, if Sammy got aggressive on the Ryan, she would just hit the anti, which kept I believe Wham or even True up, as well as antiing Sammy, which forced Sammy to come back. If not, he got collapsed on.
I think I saw that actually.
But also, you know, their supporting supports, you know, with Cat and Griffin, they're both putting on a great performance. You have, you know, two amazing mercies that are getting
the amount of presence we've seen this game, yeah, it's just every time someone dies, as I said, you can just expect them to be rezzed, which I do think is partly a focus issue from the rest of the teams not focusing down the mercies, but they are taking really smart angles too. They're making sure they're choosing the right opportunity. As I said, there was a play specifically when I think it was True Blue used I think it was it him? I'm not sure. A team that had Torb used the Torb ult specifically for the purpose of allowing the Mercy to res. It pushed the team back, it got the res on the Reinhardt, and then they're back at a 6v6 rather than trying to fight with our main tank, and I think that's a really good play there. It seems like the teams are able to support their supports a lot better than you might see in other league games sometimes. And I think that can be a big difference in games when you're actually helping facilitate your supports and helping them get value.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, and then, you know, it's already difficult to choose support, you know, but then when we get to the DPS and tanks, and it is just quite even more difficult, because Guinevere has been so consistent along with Truth, but also True Blue to who he's doing so much work, and with goes, you know, being able to back him up and actually keep Guinevere in check, it's making Living Truth's job more difficult, because True Blue to who is, you know, they're bouncing off of each other.
Yeah, for sure. I think True v Guinevere, like True Blue that is, it's just a really good matchup. They're both extremely strong players. They have a relatively similar hero pool. It's quite interesting to watch them play against each other.
Absolutely. As we see Ghost coming out in for Upwards, as Upwards is coming on, and Upwards, I will add, it's a very, very good Ashe player. Very good hit scan. He also plays a lot of Bastion. He's a really good Bastion. I don't like facing him when he plays Bastion because he always kills me.
You don't like playing against Bastions either.
I hate Bastions. I hate Sims and Maze only because I keep getting frozen.
Can't
just
straight up
leave me alone.
charge them,
Yeah. If I can't charge,
you're like, okay, I guess I'll have to play different then.
yeah, pretty much. It's if I can't be in your backline, if you're gonna freeze me, I don't want to play them. That's accidentally DC.
But I think again, back to the tank play, that is something I really liked again with the Bastion is Valk actually adjusted really well to playing from their super aggressive tank style to actually playing a bit more passive, a bit more measured, making sure they're playing around the Bastion. You know, some teams would just throw everything directly at the Bastion and still lose. They were playing it really well and making sure they're actually playing around him rather than just straight into him.
Yeah, they used the payload very well as cover, which in turn allowed them to turn that team fight. Because
I think honestly the difference between a good team and a great team can often just be how well they use natural cover, including the payload.
Oh, absolutely. And we're seeing two great teams just go at it.
You've seen that consistently, like as said on the previous map. with the Pharaoh on King's Row when you could see that they knew where the Widow was, so instead of just playing in the open, the Pharaoh was making sure they played around the corner and waited for the Widow to rotate. And just that use of cover, as I said, is something that might seem minor, but it makes a lot of difference. If you're a lot harder to hit, then you're a lot harder to kill. You can stay alive and get a lot more value.
Absolutely. As I am going to use the bathroom super quick, so yeah, Cassie's gotta use the bathroom too, right? I should have done that when they had the biopic. I would be right back.
I was gonna say, if only you had the perfect opportunity, that'd have been convenient. Looks like you will see Guinevere move over to tank on this map, no longer doing the DPS. That's interesting. And we'll have Lily also moving over to DPS for Ephys.
Alright, I'm back, sorry.
I was just saying how Lily has moved over to DPS now from support, and Guinevere's moved over to tank from DPS.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Sammy
Cat
goes
Sammy
to...
combo on support as well.
Ooh, that's pretty. That's a good combo.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely we're gonna see...
Swaps.
Oh yeah, we're gonna probably see Sammy on the main support and Cat more of the off. But keep in mind, they both can bounce off each other very well. Like they both, when they communicate on the support lineup, it's very good because I've played with both of them before, and I mean, them I have very few supports I trust. Them two are one of them, or yeah, them two as a pair would be one of them.
So Jay, which of Nebula supports don't you trust?
I don't trust Bear. Bear no. So I'm kidding. I love my Nebula supports. I really do. Or Nebula / Nova. I love them all. It's I could never get angry at them. Except
okay,
Honey.
Get angry at you instead.
Yeah, that is true. Jay, where'd you go?
Jay, why are you charging in? Jay, you're low shield.
Yeah, pretty much. If anyone in chat will ever hear our comms, it's just why, and then the second word is always Jay.
Yeah, it's basically 50% bullying Jay.
Oh, absolutely. It's it's not bullying if everyone does it.
I don't know, I think that makes it worse actually.
Alrighty.
So we've got ready from Valks, we're just waiting for Ephys, and here's the ready from them too.
Alrighty.
Going into Hanamura for map 4, and the score is 2-1 currently to Valkyries, if I'm correct?
Yes, that is true, with this potentially being game point, or match point. As we get into it, fourth map, I can't count because I was about to say second map.
I'm gonna say a bit more than that, Jay.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Initiating match.
Alrighty, as we see pretty much a different lineup from Ephys Zulus, we're going to see how...
They basically flipped their roles here, it's really interesting actually. I'm not sure how it's gonna pay off, but it'll be interesting to watch.
Oh, absolutely. As we look at this dinosaur eating, I believe ramen with an egg.
Where's the dinosaur?
Over here by where they spawn in,
Ready for battle.
where the attackers are at.
Oh, okay. So I need to appreciate the map more.
Yeah, for real. Like as a caster, like it's
All
great
the
when,
ramen eating dinosaurs.
like yeah, or the smiley face sodas, or the cat sodas. What is cat soda? Wow. Alright,
Not
as
so
we
good at cats.
as you see upwards, going with the sim on the attack. They might do. They're most likely a sim chat. Griffin on the Lucio, Ryan Diva.
I just noticed that they may actually not have 6 for this fight on the Ephys. The supports are quite slow. It depends how quick Valks push here.
Oh
Okay,
nope,
no,
they
the
got
support's
it
not
just
here.
in time.
I was gonna say, I was looking there with concern, just like,
Oh, that's
here's
the
the sim,
TP
comes
going
straight
in.
to point. The Rhine
The
charge
Jin-
is massive,
Oh, finding one already, but
but the
Amy
fix,
finding
the immortality here just to keep them all alive.
absolutely.
Unless he
As the
tries to
Reaper
get a res,
going
but
in-
not this time.
Oh, huge reflex upward, taking out Rare. Amy Mossy taking out
This is
Guinevere.
gonna be a very
True
quick cap
Booty
from
Hoo.
Val.
Yep. That was a beautiful TP. Also, if I will point out, True Blue to Who used Reaper TP behind Ify Zulus to kind of pull their attention, which was just great.
It's interesting, yeah. I guess they can't pay attention to both places at once.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say though, I don't know what it was though of EPs. They seemed to know that they were going to teleport, and the charge was really good, but there weren't any resources to put into the Rhine potentially. I don't know.
Oh, the pin!
just go
Oh,
down.
as the
There's a
counter
pin
pin
again.
go, as Lily finding upwards, the Farah coming out, which is gonna
Farah every map
force.
now.
Yep, which is gonna maybe force a switch. Never mind.
So good
Should
pick
be
there
the
from
Who
the Reaper.
finding Lily.
He's alone on point though. Does use Raven.
Yeah,
Here's the
oh,
charge.
huge
What a charge
pin.
coming in.
Huge
And the
pin.
anti though, keeping, as you said there's the apart from Sammy this time, the anti grenade.
Amy
both
Moss
Reinhardt.
fighting truth though. Oh, the die. Oh, onto the shatter. Lily's the only one
Jump
left
around
that
left
she
alive
touched.
and
No,
guns go
she
down.
can't.
Farah trying to come out on the. No, Farah chooses a switch,
no.
but yeah. Unfortunately, not able to switch quick enough, and that is a massive time bank.
That is a huge time. 5 minutes left. That was beautifully done by Valkyries. I don't know why. For some reason, every time I hear Valkyries, I always think of Thor Ragnarok. I just like the Valkyrie, and I'm just like, why?
I've not seen that movie.
It's a good movie. I am a huge Marvel fan.
I'm really behind on Marvel movies. I like them. I just, other than Spider-Man, I've not really seen a lot of them. So
What I'm trying to do is I want to like watch all the Star Wars in order, but that's gonna take forever. As we see upwards coming with the Bastion. Why is Bastion in the game?
I think that's got to be why they put upwards in for this map. Really, he's just as you say, he's known for his Bastion. But he's a really good Bastion, and it's 2 CP, so I don't really blame him, even though I don't like it.
Yeah, I hate him just because of how good he is on the Bastion. If you have a good Bastion, I hate it because it's just...
And it looks like on the side of Epheus, they're going to be coming out of the Sid and Doom. They just want pure point control here, which depend on where Bastion sets up. Oh, they've got the teleport. Okay, interesting. So on the defense, they've got the teleport to the high ground and then just teleport back to point. It'd be quite tricky actually for Valk to push in with their comp, I believe.
Maybe
We'll see how
another
that works
Sim
out.
TP? Yep, as they're gonna try doing the Sim TP as well.
But the Sim
With the
turrets
Bastion.
just set up to microwave them as they go through.
Oh,
They
the
didn't look at
Bastion.
Reaver, so
Oh, the pocketed Bastion. That is brutal. Now, Ify Zulus has to
Touch from afar.
just try and figure out as Living
gotta
Truth.
think there's gonna be some swaps here. If Truth doesn't switch to the Junkrat, I'd be surprised.
Absolutely. Or
See if
even
he does.
maybe, would you say maybe a Sombra might help?
Just in the Echo swap.
Ooh,
The
that's
issue with
interesting.
Sombra, I think, is when they have this teleport, if she goes to hack someone, they can just teleport away.
That is true, but do you maybe pretend to try to hack the Bastion, but hack the Mercy, which forces the Bastion to TP, leaving the Mercy hacked and unable to get out?
Or can't she just TP too?
That is true. Never mind it like that.
But I get what you're saying. I like the rotation though. They managed to take down the teleport, and I think they need now to rotate quickly before they get another teleport online. Is the issue. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. They are dropping. So just about any like high spam damage here, they have the Echo, but I feel like you just put in a lot more damage onto the Bastion with the Junkrat. But as I say that, here's a Moira Orb.
Sammy, the skill orb down True, taking down Amigo. Yeah, finding True Blue, taking out Kata with
Contest
the
at least
turret.
briefly.
Yeah, oh.
I don't think we're going to see a recontest here. There's no teleport set up to do that because they were using it strategically on around points. So.
And first point will go in favor of Eevee Zulus. With 4 minutes left to attack.
I think I definitely did a good job there. As I said, they're just proving me wrong as always. So they're just like, nah. I'll show you why Echo works here. Again with the teleport here across the high ground and down to the point.
Huge shields protecting this. Oh, as Diva getting DMAX sadly.
Yeah.
Oh, but
unfortunately, they definitely I think they just need to back out and regroup at this point.
Absolutely.
If I was EVs, they're just getting staggered on point now.
Yep. Upwards, cheeky. As Griffin's also just shooting away. That's a huge TP. Oh, look at that. Look at Upwards. Top 500 player right here. Someone please check him for performing enhancing drugs.
If you look at the top right, you can just see the ult economy here for Valkyries is kind of ridiculous. To be fair, EVs are also coming up to a lot of ults. We might have a fight here where both teams have all ults online, so we might see 12 ult spots, we may not.
Oh, as we see Eevee Zulus taken behind. Oh, but spotting Truth though, pulling back. Oh,
The issue here is that the teleport just means they can easily rotate if they do take a high rotation.
As they do right now, but the Shatter not finding the Bastion, or if it hit, it didn't. Oh, that's the ult coming out, and this is just cleanup.
I didn't get to see what happened to the Shadow there. I don't know if it got blocked by a shield, potentially.
No, it hit. I just don't know. Does the Shatter not affect the Bastion when he's in turret mode?
No, it should. That's why I was confused, because I was watching it too, and I was like, yeah. Maybe it's some sort of LOS blocker, like some
True
thing blocking. I don't know. That was weird.
Witchcraft.
So it's confirmed that Upwards is hacking.
Yep, confirmed. I really
think
like
honestly,
this
if you're EVs, I think they might need to rotate around the right and just destroy the turret like they did on point A. I mean, Simwall will also do a really good job here to let them go aggressive, but they have to push in on
Oh, this is... Oh, but they copy the Bastion, down goes the Bastion, but the Mercy getting the res off in time. Oh, what a beautiful res.
But I think it is going to go in favor of the defensive.
Yeah. Oh, yes it is. Oh, as...
A very late bomb again. I don't know if he is planning to switch, potentially.
That was a huge res on the side of Valkyries. Griffin able to get that res, but Truth was so close to killing her because they copied the Bastion, but she backed up just enough where the bullets couldn't hit her, and that was a smart play. As we see the Hanzo coming in.
You do see the Sigma swap here,
Ooh,
which probably explains the bomb because I was a bit perplexed by that.
Yep.
Again, I still like to see EVs just rotate around the right.
Yeah, they kind of keep...
At the moment, they just can't contest Eva's teleport. They're just in LOS, like long-range LOS wherever they are fighting. I think that's the issue here.
Yep, as Ryan can't hold his shoot for that long. I as well as they're pushing finally. Oh, but down goes Sammy. Oh, and Griff coming in to try and help.
Though from the Reinhardt here.
That is huge though, finding 3.
Ryan does stay in a bit too long though without support, but
but the Sim.
They need to get this turret on point. It's really annoying. There's like one turret.
Griffin finding the res on True Uwu.
Bastion quite a volt on the right hand side.
Bastion finding one. Unbelievable. Oh, Upwards, they have families. Please let them live. As True Uwu also finding 2. Unbelievable. That was an amazing. Oh, I can't think of the word.
30 seconds remaining.
Stabilization.
I don't know. Okay.
God. Unbelievable. Honestly, Griff
One
again
attack
though.
left here. They do get 75.5% though. But
As Lily
early
coming
pick
down
again. The early
upwards,
picks against
finding
the
that
Bastion,
upwards,
causing
finding
huge
the
issues for EPs here.
Yep. And with 3 seconds left, the upwards just not showing him any remorse. He's saying, "I'm done. I gotta go get a pizza," and that is it.
That is the round, and that is the map. And the game will go 3-1 to Valkyries.
Who is still undefeated.
Play of the game.
Unbelievable as upwards.
Some really
More
close maps, but I have to say a dominating performance there from Valkyrie on this map here.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
It
The
just-
the speed boost. Huge though.
It looked like
Absolutely.
ETs just couldn't really work out what they wanted to do there to counter the Bastion. It didn't look like they had a concrete plan or rotation, particularly. Like they knew where they were going, but they didn't know what to do once they were there, it almost felt like.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I think you're right. I think you just rotate right and try to take out that TP.
Because the issue is with the TP setup, they can just teleport to get a good line of sight wherever they go, and it's just there's not much you can do at that point other than just out-spam them from long range. They could have potentially looked to have a combo that would actually help defeat the Bastion too. They didn't really have any synergy between their ults. Like they had something like Grav Dragon or even like EMP Bomb, or just something that could synergize well together to allow them to have a win condition.
Alrighty, as I will ask for interviews now, we can briefly talk about MVPs now since Valkyries have won. It's difficult. It is extremely difficult.
I think the hardest role to decide might be the best one to start with, so I think we should potentially just start with support because, I don't know, for me at least, that's the hardest. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah. So it's 2 to Valkyries, 1 from Zulus. On the side of support, and it pinged upwards and double trip already. For support, I want to give it to Lily. And
I
that
think
is
Lily did a really good job.
absolutely.
I think as I said, she has some massive anti-grenade. I was actually leaning towards someone different, but
Oh, who are you leaning towards?
I'm actually leaning towards Drew, Scooby Dog. Scooby Dog? Scooby Dog?
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah, Drew.
I just call her Drew. I think as I said, all supports just played ridiculously well, but I think she showed some really good flexibility between her characters. She did some really good job on Ana. She said she used her grenades really well. She didn't use them as aggressively as Lily, and maybe didn't get as much straight up value in that sense, but she did use them really well to keep her Ryan alive and her team alive at the same time as putting pressure on their team. She had some really strong immortalities.
Yeah,
I think
alrighty.
consistently across the board. So, do
Yeah,
you want to come
as
back to
we-
those after interviews?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Hello?
Alrighty.
Hello.
Hello. As we are joined by both Trues, Iwu and Dehu, and the menace on the Bastion, Upwards. Upwards, they have families.
Not anymore.
Already.
Just kind of.
Here we go.
Their families too.
Perfect. Alrighty, guys. Well, first off, congrats on the 3-1 victory, on continuing to stay undefeated. Tell me, dropping first map, what was the comms? Were you guys a little worried? Were you guys just like, alright, first map jitters? Like, what was the, mess there, or, realization?
I can go ahead and speak on this one a little bit. So after the first map, we were just kind of we kind of figured out who needed to die, and once we kind of coordinated that and we killed who needed to die, we kind of figured it out and we kind of made it work out, so. That Pharah was a huge problem for us for a while, but like once we started making decisions and like dealing with the Pharah one way or the other, you know, that's when it really started going in our favor, I think.
Yeah. Just call me yeah guy. I'll just keep on saying yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a question I was going to lead up to. You guys picking the Pharah, and I believe that you guys picked it all 4 maps? Is a Pharah like a big, I guess, like a big thing you guys run, or is it something that, hey, it worked, let's keep using it because they are also having trouble with it?
True, I'll let you say this, buddy.
For me, it's more like a comfort pick. If they're gonna run it, I'll run it back at them. Also, I feel comfortable playing against like double hit scan and stuff like that, as long as I have like a Mercy on my back, or like on King's Road, there's lots of corners I can take and just hide around, use my concussion blast if I need to get out and stuff. On Route 66, it was a little more difficult because it's more spread out, so they'll have more sight on me. There was just like that one like little corner I could go around behind, and Hanzo was putting in work against me, so it made it difficult. But I still managed to make it work. I don't know if it's gonna be something that we'll be using a lot, but it's a hero that I can fall to on and be comfortable and just produce results.
Okay, nice. Shai, do you have any questions?
I noticed at the time that the first 3 maps were really close. The 4th map, it looked like you just came out with a really strong plan. You made it work extremely well. You took your attack in a ridiculous time. The defense with the Sim Bastion, it seemed really well executed. Is that something you practiced, or is that just, you know, is it specifically for this map, or is it just the comp you had? I noticed you had upwards in, you know, as we know, is a really strong Bastion, as we saw. It looked like you planned that out really well, and you executed it perfectly.
I'm going to go ahead and start off with this one and then let Upwards take over, but honestly, so after the 3rd map, we were all really hyped up that we actually captured, because the 3rd map was close. It was overtime and we had to push it so far. Everybody was hyped. So I really personally believe a lot of the energy and stuff came and crossed over from that last map, and we were just all hyped up, and we got in there and we did what we needed to do, and it was great. So Upwards, go ahead and continue on with that, because, you know.
Yeah. You know, I'm just one of those people who kind of main 1-star heroes, so that's all I've got going for me. But no, so if anyone remembers last season, whenever Valk and at the time Recrew faced, we actually played this exact same map, and Valk ran Sim Bastion, and they had a ton of trouble countering it. So instantly, as soon as I saw I was in, the entire team's like, Bastion? So it was, the Sim on attack went way smoother than I expected personally. Just because I did screw up where I wanted the teleport to go, but it was way too centered in on that bell, where Ryan could have easily just charged and instant killed one of our people. That was my bad. I'm usually not the Sim.
I was instantly
I got worried when we lost our Ryan.
Yeah, but no, our team just carried me so hard on that attack. All I did was place teleporters, watch them kill everything, and I'm like, I've got you on the defense. And I love Sim Bastion strats, because it's literally me playing Bastion, sitting in 1 to 2 spots, having 5 pockets, looking at the enemy team like, what are you gonna do? Come at me, bro. And then Scooter, Living Truths, oh my goodness, whenever he copied me as Echo, I didn't hear it go off, and he just melted me. And I was like, he just killed me as me! Luckily, we got the res off, and I got to get my payback real quick, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I love my Sim Bastion strats.
It looked like you guys had fun of it, for sure.
It's like that Spider-Man meme when they just point at each other.
Yeah. Facts.
For my answer, it's not something that we practiced, but we had a clear-cut idea to run it.
Yeah.
We just like, I'm new to this team. I'm sure they have synergy, so I just stacked onto it and followed through and did what I was told, and it worked out.
Yeah, you guys executed really well, so I'm sure it's something
Also,
we'll probably see more in the league from you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, this.
Get ready
this
for more.
Yeah, it's a beautiful turnaround from last season today. Also, true.
Which
Thank you.
true?
We I always forget that. Thank you for attending Jairod School of Reinhardting. I seen your charges. I love them. I love that you play Ryan.
Yeah. Al, you see, once you pay attention to J-Rod, you pick up a couple things and a couple things happen, you know. Anyway, we got the dub, no matter how brain dead I might have played, but it's okay.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Congrats on, one, still being undefeated, and two, picking up this amazing win.
Yeah. Thank you for casting. Was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank y'all for casting. Heck yeah.
Anytime,
Really
guys.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright, have a good night, y'all.
Yeah.
You too.
See ya.
See ya.
Alrighty. As now we will get AtCat and Sammy into here. Man, this is such a great game, and I hate that it has to end. I really do. And it doesn't help that MVPs get even harder.
For sure. I think that last map especially made it a lot harder for me, at least.
Oh, same, absolutely. As we have the, I believe, captain and co-captain of Efi, Zulus, AtCat, and Sammy. How are both of you today?
I'm doing good.
Alrighty.
But
That should keep you in group or in team chat.
and yet it didn't keep me.
Yeah, it's actually really weird.
Alrighty, guys. Well, first off, an amazing game played by both teams. It was absolutely an amazing one to cast. So many back and forths. Me and Cyro probably had our jaws dropped like multiple times. A 3-1 loss though. But tell me, after first map, how did you guys feel? Hey, you guys took a map. How do you guys feel?
It's rare that we take control, so we're feeling pretty good. We thought we were setting up for a good series, but unfortunately the other maps didn't quite go our way.
You know what though? But it's so good. It was so good to watch. So many notes to take. You guys' support lineup was a huge factor. As I was telling Sai, both of these teams' supports were just amazing. You guys were able to, keep your tanks up so much. Sammy, I love how you kept charging in, man. Just loved it. So I have to ask though, what was more of a struggle? Trying to find something to counter the Pharah, or more or less trying to, I guess, combine like the ults? Because I know you guys used, or not overcommitting ults, I should say, because you guys used a lot of ults from time to time, but also that Pharah was wreaking havoc. So I guess which one was more, I guess, of a challenge?
I think probably the committing too many ults. We kind of went into fights knowing we had them, and then I think there was a few times where we definitely overcommitted on the chase to get chase down kills and staggers rather than already won fights. I think that was a big issue for us because it then meant we weren't starting the next fight in as good a shape as we should have done. That tended to be the one where the Pharaoh got the value because we didn't have the ults to stop the rest of the team.
Sai, do you have anything to ask?
I'm just curious. That was a really well fought fight, but you did lose in the end. I'm just curious how you bounce back from that next week. Well, next game. I'm not entirely
we
sure
have
who
a
you are
bye
facing,
week,
but...
so
Well, that will help.
kick back and
That's how you do
relax. Exactly.
Just take some time to regroup.
We kick back, relax,
some
take some
time.
notes.
Um,
You know.
Mhm.
say,
Sounds good.
hey, Sai, you want to scrim? Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Whoa. Sai's not the captain no more. I am officially captain. We had
Are
to
you
go out.
actually? I was gonna tell
That's
him.
not
No.
true. That's not true. That's really not true. That will never be true. Sorry, Jay.
He just
Alright,
said, I
well,
want to graduate.
Yeah, I just want to graduate. Alrighty, one final question for me. I don't know about Sai.
I'm too tired for questions.
So yeah. So you guys were doing amazing. I guess this is more for Cat because you played support for almost every map or all maps. Is it more difficult? I guess who do you decide to pocket between the Ashe or the Ryan? Like, what is your thought process on that?
Depends on when the fight engage is happening. If the Rhine isn't actively engaging, you pocket the DPS. If the Rhine's actively engaging, that hammer swing hurts a lot.
It does.
Jay just wants the Ryan to always have the pocket.
He does. He wants the Rhine always. He's played with me on a team. He knows.
Yeah, you gotta damage boost every fire strike, else he cries.
I'm not sure if you noticed, Jay, but I did have a pocket armor half the time.
I know. I was happy. I was like, yes.
I was like, that left Cat free to pocket the Ashe.
Alright, guys, though. But again, truly a magnificent game. The outcome wasn't what you guys were hoping for.
It is what it is. It was still a good game to play. Lots of fun. Always competitive when you play Valk.
Absolutely. They are the #1 team in the league for a reason. Thank you guys so much, though. If Sai, if you don't have any more questions.
I do have a quick one, actually. I was just curious, what do you think the main issue was on the last map? All the other maps were really close. It did seem like you were struggling a lot on Hanamura. I know their comp was causing issues with the Bastion sim.
We kind of at the last minute, since we had set lineups for the other two, and we didn't necessarily win them. We played them close. We're like, let's try to throw a weird mulligan into it and move people around. So that might have screwed us, maybe.
I think on the defense.
It's a gamble. You never know. It might. It's worth trying something. See if it pays off.
Yeah.
And then on the defense, we kind of didn't really get settled into our defensive position in time. Both of our supports were.
I did actually notice that at the time. I saw you
got there quite late, and then I feel like that definitely hurt us on the first point.
Just not being as prepared as you maybe needed to be.
And then on the attack, it was just we kind of knew what we wanted to do. We just didn't quite have the coordination to
execute it as well.
Which we did. We were able to do it on the first point, but that high ground, you can't really run up onto that high ground. You have to TP to it, and by that time it's too late.
It's definitely a really strong defensive position too. It's hard to push on.
But it's the same thing that they ran against us last season, so we kind of expected it.
Yeah,
they mentioned the same map against them twice.
It literally, I think it was the exact same, maybe not the exact same, because I think we played Oasis instead of Helios, but it was the exact same map pool. The exact same maps, which I was like, that's kind of funny. Oh, goodness.
Alright, but thank you guys so much for your guys' time. And again, amazing game you guys have played.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And thank you all for casting.
You're welcome.
Even though I think Bear might be scared of us.
I definitely want to watch it back and see what I can improve on for next time, because there was definitely some points where it was like
J-Rock School of Reinhardting.
Well, Jay, go watch Sammy the Tier 4 game from last night.
Ooh, I might.
Sammy was popping off on the Rhine.
Let's go. Alright, guys. But thank you and have a wonderful night.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Alrighty, sorry. Now we gotta vote for MVPs.
Do you want to come back to support as we're both a bit split on that, or do you want to agree that first and then?
Yeah, I like that. So
Yeah.
well, okay, so my three supports would be True Blue for DPS.
I think that's something I can 100% get behind. I think True played pretty ridiculously. I think, as I said, there was strong performance across the board on every single role.
Yeah, so
But True did stand out for me.
It makes this so difficult. I'm gonna say Wham on the tank, only because on King's Row he played it very well and he helped. You know, he had many block shatters, and that's also again very difficult from True, Uwu, and Sammy. Both of them are honorable mentions, hands down. And for support, I give it to Lily. Not, you know, just because those antis were amazing. The sleep darts were amazing. It's just her playing Ana was amazing. If I could, I would give every one of these players MVPs. But those are my MVPs. What are yours?
As I 100% agree on True Blue. I think in a, like a lineup of a lot of really strong DPS players, I think everybody who played DPS played extremely well. I do think that True Blue stood out just a little bit more for me, as I played a lot of different heroes and he played them all to a really high level. I said the Pharah was really good too. I think it was working extremely well for both teams, but especially for Valk in the end. For tank, I have to think about tank a little bit more. As I said, there's some really good tank play across the board. I did really like watching the Rhine battles. I think there were some really good ones of those. I think you said Wham, who did really well on King's Row, as you said. I think Sammy did a really good performance as well. I do like Sammy's Rhine a lot. Actually, I like the aggression that is behind it. I think what Wham was potentially able to do a bit better though was he was able to adjust a little more when the style has to change from super aggressive to a bit more passive. I think that's something that they did really well on Valk, especially adjust a little bit more.
I mean, another theory for me would be Wham, Truth, and Screwdog, which is Drew. That is my other, like, I guess, rough draft of MVPs as well.
I think Live and Truth did really well. I think especially I'm trying to think which map it was. I can't remember. It's been a long night for me. But Live and Truth was doing really well, especially as you said. And the Junkrat, I'm trying to remember who the Junkrat was on first map for EPs. I think it was Battle. No, was someone called Battle in this game?
Yeah, Battle.
Battle somebody? So I'm tired, I got my names. Battleus, yes, sorry, Illumination then. I think Battleus did extremely well on first map. But I think overall, as said, I think honestly your picks, I think it makes sense. I think True Blue for DPS is definitely my pick at least.
So True Blue, Sammy, and Drew, would you say?
Honestly, for me, it's between Sammy and Wham. I think they both played an extremely good job, and on support as well, it's extremely close between Lily and Drew for me.
Yeah, I want to give it to Drew.
I can agree with that 100%.
And then have Sammy tank.
I think just the BAP value that she managed to get a lot. Not that Lily didn't do a really good job on Ana, because she did. I think just that Drew was able to play the Ana and the BAP to such a high level consistently.
Absolutely. And again,
I think those immortalities just changed fights so many times.
Yeah, and it's so hard to pick it.
Yeah, it's ridiculously close, honestly. I think any of these players could be MVP.
Yeah. Alrighty. So to round it out, MVPs are Tank, Sammy, True, Blue, Dehu. Alright. Yeah, True, Blue, Dehu for DPS, and support will be Drew. Correct?
Yes.
Perfect, already. I will put that. put that in right now. Alrighty though. But thank you all for tuning in to this amazing broadcast of this amazing game. Valkyrie's taking the victory 3-1 against AV Zulus. And I believe next mild tier game
I was going to check and then my phone died.
I got it. Will be the 7th. Crazy Gladiators versus Red Fox Mafia.
Ooh, that should be a good one.
Absolutely. I believe. I'm trying to see if there's one for Verde. August 10th will be Dragon's Blood versus Golden Grind. And for Fire tier, it will be. What's that? It'll be the 4th, Horrorcore Gaming versus Dragon's Bite. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Brown Tacos. I am J-Rod, joined by the amazing Sidomia, and everyone have a wonderful night.
Yep, thank you very much for tuning in. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.